I am Sarah.
And I am John.
If you want to improve your English, this podcast is perfect for you. So let's get started and make English learning easy. What are the words today, John?
The first word today is to the best of my knowledge. Then we will continue with out of the blue, then at odds with, and then in retrospect, and to say the least, and for all intents and purposes, by and large, in full swing, at the forefront, to be frank, at the drop of a hat, and the last one is in the grand scheme of things.
Before moving on, I'd like to say today's word list consists of the words our followers wanted us to teach.
Great. We are looking forward to the words from our followers.
Okay, let's start with the first word. The first word is to the best of my knowledge.
To the best of my knowledge.
To the best of my knowledge means you think something is true, but you're not 100% sure.
Yeah, it's like saying, I believe this is true, but maybe it's not the full truth.
Right. It's a kind and careful way to give information. You're helping, but you're also saying, I might be wrong.
For example, to the best of my knowledge, the library opens at 9 a.m. That means I think so, but it's good to check.
Exactly. Here's another. To the best of my knowledge, she still works at the hospital. I think it's true, but I'm not totally sure.
Okay, let's try a short talk between Emma and Liam.
Let's see.
Hi, Emma.
Do you know if Mr. Thomas is still our teacher next year?
To the best of my knowledge, yes. He said he's not leaving.
That's great news. I really like his class.
Me too. But maybe things change. I just know what he said.
Thanks for telling me. I'll wait and see.
See that? Liam was helpful and honest. He didn't guess. He said what he knows, and he used the phrase, to the best of my knowledge, to show he's not 100% sure.
And he used the phrase, to the best of my knowledge, to show he's not 100% sure.
It's good for school, work, or even with friends. Like, to the best of my knowledge, the party starts at 6 p.m.
Or, to the best of my knowledge, he passed the test. That means I think he did well, but I could be wrong.
Sometimes people don't want to sound too sure, if they're not. This phrase helps.
Yeah, it makes you sound smart, kind, and honest.
Also, it shows you're not trying to pretend you know everything. You're just sharing what you believe is true.
I like that. To the best of my knowledge is polite and useful.
So listeners, try using it next time someone asks you a question and you're not completely sure.
To the best of my knowledge, it's a great phrase to remember.
Good one again, John. Now let's move on to our next word. Out of the blue.
Out of the blue.
Out of the blue means something happened suddenly, and you didn't expect it at all.
Yeah, it's like, surprise, something just happens. Without a warning.
For example, out of the blue, he sent me flowers. That means I didn't know it was coming. It just happened.
Or, out of the blue, she said she was moving. That's a big surprise.
And we can also say it when plans change fast. Like, out of the blue, the party was canceled.
That's right. And sometimes surprises can be good, and sometimes not so good.
Let's do a short talk between Nina and Jake to make it clear.
Guess what? I got a message from Sam.
Really? Out of nowhere?
Yeah, he texted me out of the blue. I haven't talked to him in months.
That's surprising. What did he say?
Just hi and how are you? It made me smile.
That's a nice surprise. Sometimes out of the blue, things can make your day.
That was sweet. So now we know this phrase is about surprises.
Yes, it's great for when something happens fast and you didn't see it coming.
Can we say it like this too? Out of the blue, he said sorry?
Yep, that means you didn't think he would say it. But he did. A surprise apology.
So, out of the blue is not just for events. It's also for words, messages, or actions.
Exactly. Anything that happens suddenly.
One more. Out of the blue, I got a job offer. That would be a great day.
Yes, listeners, remember, when something surprises you, say, it happened out of the blue.
Let's move on to the next cool phrase. At odds with.
At odds with. You don't agree with someone. You see things differently.
Right? You're not fighting, but you don't think the same way.
For example, she is at odds with her boss about the new rules. That means they don't agree on the rules.
Or, he is at odds with his brother about the vacation. That means one wants the beach, the other wants the mountains.
Let's show how this works in a talk. Here's Olivia and Ben.
Did you hear about Tom and Jason?
Yeah. They're not working together anymore.
I heard they were at odds about the group project, so they couldn't agree.
Yeah. Tom wanted to do a video. Jason wanted to write a report. I hope they can talk it out and fix it.
So now you see, at odds with means there's a disagreement.
And it's okay to be at odds sometimes. People have different ideas.
You can say, I'm at odds with my friend about which movie to watch. That's not a big problem, just different likes.
Or, the team is at odds with the coach. That means the team doesn't agree with the coach's plan.
Can we use it with groups too?
Sure, like, the company is at odds with the workers. That means they don't agree on something, like pay or hours.
So, listeners, next time you don't agree with someone and you want to say it nicely, just say, we're at odds.
It sounds calm and respectful.
Exactly. It helps you say, we see things differently in a kind way.
All right. At odds with is a smart phrase to use.
I agree. Let's keep learning.
Now let's move on to our next word. In retrospect.
In retrospect means when you look back at something and think about it later, you understand it more clearly.
Yes, it's like saying, now that I look back, I see it differently. Maybe better, maybe worse.
For example, in retrospect, I should have brought an umbrella. That means I didn't bring one, but now I think I should have.
Or, in retrospect, that movie wasn't so bad. Maybe I didn't like it at first, but now I think it was okay.
Let's hear a short talk between Emma and Leo to show how it works.
I didn't want to go to the picnic at first. But in retrospect, I'm glad I went. It was fun.
Yeah, you looked tired that day. See, sometimes we don't know something is good until later.
True. The games and snacks were great.
So Emma changed her mind after the picnic. That's what in retrospect means.
Yes, it's about thinking after something happens and seeing it in a new way.
Sometimes it's used to say we learned something, like, in retrospect, I trusted the wrong person.
Or, in retrospect, I should have listened to your advice. That means now I know you were right.
It's also helpful when we talk about lessons we've learned.
Yes. And it shows you're thinking about your past, not just forgetting it.
So listeners, if you want to say, now I see it differently, just use the phrase, in retrospect.
It makes your English sound more thoughtful and smart, but still simple.
That was a good one. And now, to say the least, our next phrase is to say the least. Now, let's move on to our next phrase. To say the least.
To say the least means what you're saying is true, but the real thing is even stronger.
Yes, it's like saying, I'm saying it nicely, but it was actually more.
For example, he was rude to say the least. That means he wasn't just rude, he was very rude.
Or, the food was bad to say the least. That means it was really bad, but you're being polite about it.
Let's show it in a short talk between Liam and Zoe.
I got a bad grade on my test.
Scary? To say the least, I thought I was going to scream the whole time.
I guess you're right. I just feel sad.
Yeah, calling it scary is saying it lightly. It was crazy.
Thanks. That helps me feel better.
So when Zoe says, to say the least, she means it was even more scary than just scary.
Right. We use this phrase when we want to say something is big, but we keep the word small.
Like this. It was cold outside, to say the least. That could mean it was freezing.
Or, he was late, to say the least. That means not just 5 minutes late, maybe 30 or even more.
It also helps when we don't want to sound too harsh. Like, she was angry, to say the least. That sounds softer than she was yelling.
Yes, it's like a gentle way to say something is more than it sounds.
Can we use it in happy ways too?
Absolutely. For example, they were excited, to say the least. That means they were probably super happy.
That's a great way to remember it. It works for both bad and good things.
Yes. But always remember, you're saying something in a soft way, even if the feeling is big.
So, listeners, next time you want to say something was a lot more than it sounds, just add to say the least.
It makes you sound polite, smart, and a little funny too.
And now, for all intents and purposes, we're ready for our next phrase.
Good one, John. So today's phrase is, for all intents and purposes.
This one sounds a bit long, but don't worry. It's easy. It means basically or in most ways.
Right. It's like saying, it may not be 100% official, but it's true in real life.
For example, for all intents and purposes, the project is done. That means it's not completely finished, but it's mostly done.
Or, for all intents and purposes, he's the team leader. He doesn't have the title, but he acts like the leader.
Let's hear a quick talk between Ava and Ben.
Is Mia the new boss?
Not officially, but for all intents and purposes, yes. She makes all the decisions.
Oh, so she's basically the boss. Does she run the meetings too?
Yep. Everyone goes to her when there's a problem. Every time. She plans them, leads them, and even sends follow-up emails.
Wow. So even if she doesn't have the title, she acts like the boss.
Exactly. That's why I said, for all intents and purposes, she's already the leader.
So, when Ben says, for all intents and purposes, he means Mia is the boss, even if on paper she's not.
Exactly. We use this phrase when something is true in real life, even if the small details say something different.
Here's another one. For all intents and purposes, we're already packed for the trip.
That means you still have maybe 1 or 2 things left, but you're almost done.
And for all intents and purposes, the class is over. Even if the bell hasn't rung, everyone has stopped working.
It helps you explain the real situation, not just the rules or labels.
Yes, it's useful when things feel finished. Or when someone does a job even without the title.
Like when a big brother takes care of everyone, you can say, for all intents and purposes, he's the parent.
I love that. It shows real actions matter, not just names or roles.
So listeners, next time you want to say it's pretty much true, use for all intents and purposes.
It's a smart phrase and sounds clear and grown up.
And now, by and large, we're ready for our next phrase. Let's go. By and large.
By and large means mostly or in general.
Or, by and large, she's a nice person. So maybe sometimes she gets upset, but most of the time she's kind and friendly.
Let's listen to a short chat between Ella and Ryan.
How was your trip to the city?
By and large, it was great.
Oh, that's nice. What did you like most?
The food was awesome and we saw cool places.
Was there anything you didn't like?
Just the traffic, it was bad. But by and large, the trip was fun.
Yeah, traffic can be annoying. But if most of it was fun, that's great.
Exactly. One bad thing, but everything else was really good.
That was a great example. Ryan didn't like the traffic, but he still had a good time. So by and large, the trip was a success.
And we use this phrase a lot when we talk about people, places, or things over time.
Like this. By and large, I like my job. That means some days are hard, but most days are good.
Or, by and large, the kids behaved well at the party. Maybe 1 or 2 made noise, but the rest were good.
It's perfect when we want to say, most of it was fine, without sounding too negative.
Yeah, it helps keep your words kind and fair.
So listeners, next time you talk about something that was mostly good or true, use by and large.
And now, in full swing, let's head into our next phrase. In full swing.
Ooh, I like this one. When something is in full swing, it means it's happening fully or going really strong.
Yeah, it means something has started and now it's busy, active, and moving fast.
Like a party that started slowly. But now everyone's dancing and having fun. That party is in full swing.
Or a class project. In the beginning, people were just planning. But now, everyone is working hard. That means the project is in full swing.
Let's listen to a fun little talk between Lily and Jake.
Wow, look at this festival. So many people. I love it.
Yeah, it's in full swing now. The music started, food stands are open, and everyone's having fun. Not anymore. It's super busy now.
When we came earlier, it was so quiet.
I like that. Things were slow at first, but now everything is happening fast.
Exactly. It's a great way to say something is really going on now.
Like this. The shopping season is in full swing. That means people are buying gifts, shopping a lot, and stores are full.
Or this one. The concert is in full swing. Everyone's dancing, singing, and the band is playing loud.
You can also use it for school, like, the exams are in full swing. That means everyone is studying and taking tests.
Yeah, it tells us that something is busy, not just starting anymore. It's right in the middle of all the action.
And it sounds fun too. It makes everything feel alive.
So listeners, when you want to say something is fully going on, just say, it's in full swing.
And now, we're in full swing too. Ready to move to our next phrase. At the forefront.
At the forefront.
This is a cool one. At the forefront means being the leader or being first in something important.
Yes, if someone or something is at the forefront, it means they are leading or doing something before others.
For example, this company is at the forefront of technology. That means they are making new things and leading the way.
She is at the forefront of climate change work. That means she's doing a lot to help and people follow her lead.
Let's hear a short chat between Emma and Josh.
Did you see the news? That new doctor's doing amazing work.
Yeah, she's at the forefront of cancer research. She's always working on new ideas. She's a real leader.
That's great. She's helping so many people. I heard she made a new kind of treatment.
Yes, and many hospitals are using it now.
Wow. That means other doctors are learning from her.
Exactly. She's not just doing a good job, she's leading the way. That's why she's at the forefront.
That was a good example. The doctor is not just helping. She's leading the way. She's at the forefront.
Here's another one. That school is at the forefront of online learning. It means the school is really good at teaching with new tools.
Or, this team is at the forefront of clean energy. That means they are doing the best work in that area.
So when someone is doing something new or being a leader, you can say they are at the forefront.
It's a great phrase to show respect for people who are ahead and making big changes.
And now, to be frank, I think this is one of my favorite phrases.
Nice one, Sarah. Looks like we're ready for our next phrase. To be frank.
This one is fun. To be frank means to be honest or to say something clearly, even if it might be a little direct.
Exactly. You use it when you want to say the truth without hiding anything. You're being straightforward.
For example, to be frank, I don't like that movie. That means you're being honest and saying exactly how you feel, even if it's not a nice thing to say.
Or to be frank, I think we need a new plan. That means you're not happy with the current plan and you want to suggest a change.
Let's hear a quick chat between Olivia and Daniel.
I don't think this is going well.
To be frank, I agree. We need to try something else.
Yeah, we've been working on this for a while, but it's not getting better.
To be frank, I think we should talk to the boss about it. To be frank, it's time to ask for help.
You're right. We've tried everything we can. To be frank, I'm a little nervous to talk to the boss.
I understand. But if we're honest, we need a new idea. It's better to be clear.
See, Daniel said, to be frank, because he was being honest and clear.
Yes, and he didn't hide his feelings. He told the truth directly.
This phrase is great when you need to be honest but don't want to sound too rude.
Right? It's a good way to share your thoughts clearly but still sound polite.
So, next time you want to be honest about something, you can say, to be frank.
And now, at the drop of a hat, we're ready for the next phrase. At the drop of a hat.
All right, let's go to the next phrase. At the drop of a hat.
I love this one. At the drop of a hat means to do something right away or very quickly, without waiting.
Yeah, if someone does something at the drop of a hat, it means they do it immediately, without thinking too much.
For example, she'll help her friends at the drop of a hat. That means she'll help them right away, anytime they need her.
Or, he travels at the drop of a hat. That means he's ready to go anytime.
Let's hear a short chat between Noah and Ella.
Guess what? Ben went camping again.
Really? He just went last week.
I know. He'll go at the drop of a hat.
That's so true. He always says yes to trips. I wish I could do that. I need to plan everything.
Yep. You just say, let's go. And he's already packing.
That was a fun example. Ben is always ready. He does things without waiting.
Yeah. Some people need to think first. But others, they're ready at the drop of a hat.
Here's another one. My dog barks at the drop of a hat. That means even a small noise makes the dog bark right away.
You can use it for people too. Like, she'll start laughing at the drop of a hat. She laughs very easily.
So, listeners, when someone does something super fast or with no delay, just say, at the drop of a hat.
And now, in the grand scheme of things, it's time for our next phrase. In the grand scheme of things.
And now, let's go to our next phrase. In the grand scheme of things.
This one sounds big. And it means when you look at the big picture, or when you think about everything, not just one small part.
Yes, it helps you say, this thing feels big now, but it's not that big when you look at everything in life.
For example, I lost my pen, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. That means it's a small problem when you think about everything else.
Or, we were late today, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. That means it won't really affect the big picture.
Let's listen to a short talk between Liam and Chloe.
I got a bad grade on my test.
That's okay. In the grand scheme of things, one test won't change your life.
I guess you're right. I just feel sad.
I know, but you've done well in all your other tests. This one won't matter much later. Just keep going. One bad day is small in the big picture.
Thanks. That helps me feel better.
That was really nice. Chloe helped Liam see the big picture.
Yes, that's what in the grand scheme of things is all about. Seeing the big view, not just one small thing.
You can use it to feel better about small mistakes or small problems.
Like, we didn't win the game, but in the grand scheme of things, it's just one match.
I forgot my lunch today, but in the grand scheme of things, it's no big deal.
So when you want to say, this small thing doesn't matter much when I think about everything, use this phrase.
That's right. In the grand scheme of things, learning these phrases is a great step.
And it helps us talk smarter. And kinder, too. And that's a wrap for today's episode. We hope you've enjoyed learning these new phrases with us.
Yes, we covered some really useful expressions today, from to the best of my knowledge to in the grand scheme of things. Remember, practicing these phrases will help you sound more natural in English conversations.
Absolutely. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in speaking English.
And don't forget, we'll be back with more fun and easy lessons next time. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
You can also check out all our episodes anytime right here.
Yes, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep practicing, and we'll see you soon.
Until next time, take care and keep learning.
Bye-bye.